What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are doing great. Today, well, first things first, I'm going to start out. I bought a truck toolbox. I got it really dirt cheap from a kid I work with. Having to drag this cord around. I'm having to charge my camera as I talk to you guys because my camera didn't charge last night for some reason. But anyway, bought this thing cheap off a guy I work for, his son. He sold this thing to me dirt cheap. It's for a small size truck. I don't have a small size truck, so I bought it to sell, I guess. I mean, I have like hardly any money in this toolbox. The only thing I did buy for it is a new lock. Of course, the kid lost the key to it because he loses the key to it. He loses everything. It amazes me how he makes it through life. But anyway, I'm going to clean this thing up real quick and then I'm going to set it off to the side. Toolbox is clean. Looks good enough for me. I just sprayed it with some degreaser and wiped it down and then sprayed it right back off. Looks good enough. It'll work good enough for me. So now we're going to move on to my lawnmower. I got some brand new blades to put on it. I've had these for a while. I'm going to sharpen those and put them on there, and I think I got to put my put my air cleaner's cover and little outer filter back on it and get all that thing back together because Dad wants to use this thing next week. Got the air cleaner put back on. I got my blades all sharpened. I'm getting ready to jack it up, put a jack stand underneath there, and I'm going to swap out the blades real quick. And I was going to go out here and test it out mowing, but all of a sudden it just started downpouring. It's lightened up a lot though. I can kind of see my neighbor's house a little bit better because it was pouring hardcore. I guess I have to wait on this to get done before I can try it out. Well, the mower ran good. I just put it down on the ground. I put the blades on everything at my part of my neighbor's yard, and it ran good. I talked to my neighbor for a little while. We just kind of BS for a little bit, so getting kind of late in the day. I am starting in on the Warrior though. I just started on it a few minutes ago. I'm just going to get a few things done with it. I'm going to call it a day, get my kid home, but started putting my new grips on. I had to cut the end of it off. Where's the other one at? This end of it, I had to cut this end of it off because it's a little too far out for my setup, but it's not a big deal. I mean, these are like $9 for a set of grips. I'm not too concerned about it. But got her installed, looks good. So I'm gonna start on the other one. How I get these off, since I'm not gonna be using these anymore, what I do with it? I'll just use this one. I just take a utility knife and cut it. That's how I get rid of my old grips. So now I'm going to slide the new one on, we'll bolt it down, and I guess that'll be it for today. I'm going to go home and take care of my kids. Well, it's the next day here. I don't have a whole lot of spare time. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the plastics off the old Warrior here. We'll get this thing stripped down. I did a compression test on it just a few minutes ago. This thing has 130 psi on it. Too bad it smokes so bad when it runs. But anyway, we'll strip all this down, all the plastics off of it right now. We got all the plastics removed. I went ahead also and took out the air box and the carburetor. So now, and I also went ahead and sprayed the bolts for the exhaust. I already got those soaking in PB Blaster. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take off this side cover and this engine cover, and I'm going to take out this little plug, and you guys will see why here in a second. I got the cover off, I got this cover off, and I got that little timing inspection plug out. So now what I got to do is I got to rotate this engine around till this little mark right here, my finger is, lines up with this little mark right here. It's pretty close already actually with the cam, and then here it's going to have a T in here lined up with a little indentation right there. So let me see, let me rotate this around. Should be getting close, maybe. Yep, that's it. Oh, I can get this back a little bit. Alright, got those lines pretty much lined up right there, and there's a T right in there on the flywheel, on the flywheel. I don't know if you can see that, kind of dark in there, but there's a T stamped in there on the flywheel matching with this little line right here. So now it's at top dead center. So now I can remove the I can take out, well, I'm not going to take, I can take this bolt loose for the chain. I'm going to loosen the chain up. I'm going to take this bolt loose on the cam sprocket, and I'll slide the chain down, and I'll take the sprocket out, slide the chain down, and I can take the chain tensioner out. Then I can go on. Then I'm going to also go on and remove these top mount bolts right here, and I can start taking the head loose. Well, it's been a few minutes. I got the cam gear out. I got the timing chain tensioner off. I got the exhaust off, and I got those upper brackets up here off. So now all thing I got left to do is I'm going to take out these two Allens first, Then I'm going to go diagonal up here on top of the head, and this head will be ready to come off. Well, I got as far as I'm probably going to get on it tonight. I took the cylinder head off and slid it over there out of the way. We'll check on that tomorrow. I was looking down in here in the cylinder. Let me wind this thing back up to the top dead center here. I was looking at the bore. There's a bunch of marks down inside there. Oop, I have to hold this chain. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can't do this. There we go. Top dead center. Alright, sorry about that. You can see all those little pit marks. I don't know if you guys can see it, it will come up on camera, but a bunch of little pit marks all inside, on the top of this piston, really bad. Bunch of divots and everything, all like something was rolling around hitting it. But it's a higher compression piston. I couldn't remember if it was or not, but it is. It's raised up in the middle. But there's a bunch of little marks all inside the cylinder, all around the back side here. Let me see if I can't roll this thing back down again real quick. Far enough. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but right back in here I can take my fingernail and I can feel them all the way around through there on the side. So you can see there's one big one right there where my light is. I think I can kind of see it on the camera. So I'm guessing that's probably what's causing my wear. I don't know, but this thing's definitely been bored. It's 20 over, higher compression piston. Got the jug off now. I don't know if you guys can see it any better out here. You can see all those wear marks all down inside there, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, maybe. Bunch of wear marks though, going straight down and back. I can feel them all with my fingernail really bad. My fingernail gets stuck on them, watch. There's one, there's another, there's another, there's another. Bunch of them all the way around, so I'm guessing that is probably why I'm getting blow-by, or oil. Burning oil, I guess. I don't know, but it don't hurt to freshen it up. It does have still had a lot of compression on it though, 130 psi. But anyway, there she is. Guess that's going to be it for today. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll work on it some more. Well, it's a new day here. I've already been doing a little bit of work on this thing. I got my new piston installed already. I took out the old one, which is really easy to do. Basically, you just take like a little pick, like I like to use. Take a pick and a little pocket screwdriver and dig them in here and pop out the clip, slide the wrist pin over out of the way on just one side, and then you can slide the old piston off. And on install the new piston, so this is the new piston, I have it already out of the, just take it out of the box. I'll install one new clip on one side of the piston, like I did it on the side that was closest to the timing chain there, so it was out of my way. And then I just slid the wrist pin in and then popped the clip in. Super easy to do. It took me seconds. I already checked the ring gap. The top ring gap was like 13.5, basically 14 thousandths. I already stuck it in the new cylinder and checked it. It's good. The next ring gap, it was like 16 and a half-ish, somewhere around there. So I already checked it. It's good, and I already put the oil ring on and everything, so it's all ready to go. Piston's in there. There's a little arrow on the front. Let's see if you can see it on this one, maybe. There's a little arrow on there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically this is pointing like this, going forward. There's a little arrow on top of this one, meaning going forward to the front of the ATV there, or engine or whatever. So now I got to get my new cylinder. Here it is. I want to take it and clean it out. I've already put one of the dowel pins in already. I got to get the gaskets out. I'm going to put a base gasket on. Today I'm kind of in a hurry. I'm borrowing a piston ring compressor because mine's a piece of crap. It's just seen better days. Well, let's talk about the Debbie Downer moment we just had today. In this episode, I tend to have these a lot. Getting ready to put the cylinder back together. I was cleaning it up really good. It was really dirty. I always do that. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get the sun right in here. A bunch of pits. If you guys can see it or not. There you go. See all those little pit marks in there? Yeah. I didn't even see that when I was because it's been sitting like this and it's dark in the hole, you know, but I had it out here in the light holding it up. Bunch of pits in there. So now got to email this company back and figure out what we're going to do with that. Just straight up Debbie Downer moments. But that's it for this video, I guess. I'm on hold and now I don't have anything else to work on. I got to go have a meeting with my kid. You have a kid with special needs, it kind of, you have to have a ton of meetings to get everything set up for the new school year. So that's what I'm about to go do, and it just started pouring down rain. Or starting to rain now. Great. But anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Be good to one another. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Get out there and enjoy life while you got it. I'll see you next time.